I haven't done this in a while, or I guess it feels like a while. I don't know. Time has been slipping from me recently. Um, or, things have just been popping up and I haven't been as consistent. And I know if I'm making videos about authenticity and trying to post and all these things, I know that that kind of goes against the number one rule. But the problem is, authenticity is inconsistency. I've said it before. Authenticity is knowing when to call out the nonsense, call out the bullshit. It's knowing when people are lying to you, when you're lying to yourself. So you're going to be inconsistent. And your beliefs change. Or, let me give you some context. Not necessarily change, but you end up learning what you actually want and don't want in your life. That's the point of having experiences. I'm 33. I'm going to be 34. And quite frankly, when I moved upstate, funny enough, the Hudson Valley is a very open place. It's actually a safe haven for people of the LGBTQ plus A whatever community. There's too many letters now. Funny enough, and you would think that NYC, being as liberal as it is, would actually be a safe haven. The more you learn, right? There's black people up here that are actually, they want guns to protect themselves. They believe in the Second Amendment and they believe in militias. I've met a few like that. And you have to think about it both ways. The older you get, the more certain behaviors and patterns and belief systems, the more they stick with you. And yes, you can always change your habits. You can always work to get rid of a bad habit or develop a good habit. But at your core, there's going to be certain things that you can't change. And sometimes you might have actually been hiding those things. And I'll use the easiest example, music. I have not really listened to any new music for quite some time. In fact, for some reason, I'm actually getting into Nujabes. I'm getting into Nujabes, and I already knew about him, but I'm going back to him. I'm getting into the lo-fi hip-hop, not the lo-fi girl, but, the original. I'm going into jazzy beats. I'm going into blues type of melodies. And not out of depression or anything, just more so it's better. I saw a new rapper. She's supposed to be the new Ice Spice. And I'm just sitting here like, when the hell did Ice Spice get old, right? That's all everybody was talking about. The more things change, the more things stay the same. You're going to learn that, I know in my case, maybe I'm not as democratic as I thought I was. I'm more in the middle. I'm not a full Trumper. But again, empathy. You have to sit there and you have to look at what everybody's doing and why they're doing what they're doing. My neighbor is a full-blown out Trumper. He's Puerto Rican. I hear that's a thing, actually. But he's Puerto Rican, full-blown Trumper. You know what he did last week? He helped me mow my lawn. My mower got messed up, and then he saw me, and he pulled up. He had his ride-on lawnmower, and he let me use it. Right? In that moment, I forgot he was a Trumper. And that's kind of the point. We're so caught up in nonsense and our beliefs that we don't see why other people do certain things. We don't even see why we do certain things. And then we have to sit there and reflect and analyze, and we understand, oh, I actually do believe in this, or I don't believe in that. Here's the thing though. Patton Oswalt, great comedian, he said it. Acknowledgement and respect are different things. Funny as this sounds, you don't have to respect everybody, but you have to acknowledge them. I have to understand that my neighbor's a Trumper, and I'm not really going to be on the same page as a lot of things with him. But you know what I can be on the same page about? Is the fact that we both want our paychecks to go further. We both want safe neighborhoods. We both want our kids to get good education. Other than that, I really have no other reason to interact with him. And that's a boundary. It's not a boundary to protect myself. It's not a boundary to protect him. It's not a boundary to keep his behavior in check. It's just a boundary. It's a line that you draw and you say, hey, this is as much interaction as I need with you. You are a human being. I am a human being. We can agree to agree and we can agree to disagree. And I'm not going to bother you. Funny enough, divorce is very traumatizing. But it's also something that I don't know what it is, and it could be both parties. But I've been in the men's groups. The men are always the one that try to draw the boundaries, and it's always an issue. I've had this with my ex. She wants me to give her sympathy because she's sick. I told her that's not my problem. Same thing with my dad. My dad is sick. I told him that's not my problem. I will help you, or I will do what I need to do within the confines of my scope. Project management. You're always looking at things based on a scope. I told my mom the same thing. Mom, I'm going to help you, but only to what I can help you, and you have to live with that. If you don't want that, fine. But don't complain to me about it. You have the right to tell people in your life that. If you have a partner, if you have a friend, if you have family, you tell them, listen, I can't do X, Y, Z, I can do 1, 2, 3. And if you don't like that, that's not my issue. You have to figure it out. That's all we got to do. And if we're going to be inconsistent about it, that just means we're figuring it out. You don't do the same thing twice if it doesn't work out, unless you had some positive result. Otherwise, you're just insane. So, accept your flaws, accept the inconsistency, don't feel bad about it, and put it out there. You go on a date, don't lie. Just say, hey, I'm fucked up in this way, XYZ. If you don't like it, well, too bad, right? You go on a job interview. Yeah, I got some stuff going on in my life, but I'll work. If they don't want to believe it, they don't believe it. You can tell the truth. It's up to you. Telling the truth is meeting the person halfway. If they don't believe you, then they haven't met you halfway. And in today's world, in today's society, that's kind of all we can ask, is for people to meet us halfway. I've done this so many times already. I've put myself out there. I've explained my situation. And if people don't care or they don't understand, that's on them. That's not really my fault. And it's not my job to make them understand. It's not your job either. If you have the capacity to not cut somebody out in your life, good for you. If you don't, then cut them out of your life, because you don't need to take up that energy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what do I know?